You're not flying a woman around with you unless you think you can get some or you've gotten some.
Mikka would have done better by not having any of these interviews, especially with Talk Perspective and with Tasha K. I mean, shout out to Danica Marie because she made that point first. But Mikka made a mistake because the Talk Perspective interview is really long. And the longer an interview is, and especially if you have a tough interviewer, the more mistakes you can make. Let me give you an example.
He understood. Because
will you all remain friends? You're not working together. Will you remain in contact, rather?
Will we remain cordial?
Will you remain in contact with each other?
Before this, Mikka gave her reasons as to why she's no longer going to work with Anton Daniels. And you heard the question, will you ever be in contact with Anton Daniels again? And what does she say?
We never had a relationship where he's just calling me just to call, just like we don't go out and chill just to chill.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the think you is?
Mikka, you were saying something that forced people to look into it. And somebody definitely looked into it. I mean, we have the House of Hypocrites who's been looking into it. But then there's another person familiar with this, which is No Captivity with Freezy. And he has a video on this that is very good and you need to look at it. It's called How Did We All Miss This? Damn. Now, Anton Daniels has a big mouth, and a lot of times that's very bad. And we can see there is some tension in their relationship or their workmanship because Anton Daniels is being petty on this particular clip. You're about to watch and see what's happening here.
Molly is my new personal project.
What's going on?
I don't know. Okay.
They sick of me.
I'm trying to understand what the problem is.
Me too.
Mikka about to show up at your doorstep. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
There's no problems whatsoever. Everything.
No, but that's what it sounded like. It sounded like somebody's trying to say something without saying something. And I'm sitting here like, what the hell are y'all saying? Because
Don't say y'all.
Amiga, I'll fix it for you, baby. I got your flight scheduled for next week. Don't worry, I'll make it up to you, Amiga. Where you want to go? You want to go shopping?
yeah, and my hair needs shampooing and conditioned.
All right, I got it, baby.
You're so volatile.
As you can see, he tells this young lady, Molly, who is, stop the show. By the way, she is fine. I ain't gonna lie to you. That she is his new personal project. Now, Anton Daniels is using this strategy to force Mikka to cover some kind of territory. And that territory is to make her jealous. In other words, like, hey, listen, it's something that you're not doing that I want you to do, so let me go and flirt with Molly. And so in this position, Mikka feels very threatened by this. She doesn't like the fact that Anton Daniels is literally flirting with another lady in her face. And Molly is receptive to what Anton Daniels is doing. At this particular point, Anton Daniels apologizes for the mistake. Not only is he apologetic, he has a way of making this up. And he talks about how he makes it up or how he will make it up. The flight will be booked. And then you hear her say that she wants to go shopping. She wants something done to her hair. Now, if we go back and listen to what Mikka said previously, which is that they don't hang out outside of work, that doesn't make sense because what she's asking for is indeed outside of work. Not to mention, Anton Daniels repeatedly called her baby. Woo! But then No Captivity with Freezy would release this.
I'm going to tiptoe around Mikka tonight. I'm going to tiptoe around Mikka tonight.
You can't give her no compliments?
Mikka and I have this symbiotic relationship, this thing that we can communicate with each other without words. We got this thing. She don't know that I know what be in her mind sometimes, but I know. I like that bracelet you got on though.
That's the second time he mentioned the bracelet.
You know?
Now we see evidence of this bracelet. Anton Daniels continues to talk about the bracelet. He is mentioning the bracelet on the podcast or the live stream. And even people on the stream are saying that he keeps talking about this bracelet. The second time I've heard about the bracelet. And yes, this is her showing off the bracelet. So what it seems is that Anton Daniels has made some level of reparations for his sins of hurting her feelings. And he has purchased this bracelet that she is now showing off. I don't know about you, but I think that the majority of us will say, listen, it's not many places where you can get bracelets or give a bracelet to somebody that is just a work mate or a person you're not hanging out with after work, especially a man calling you baby. A man said that the flight is booked. He's talking about the fact that you communicate in your own little way. This is not exemplary of a person that doesn't hang out with someone outside of business. In fact, it shows the opposite, that you were messing with Anton. And not only messing with Anton, let's get down to it. You were letting Anton crack. Woo! I thought the lady was like a really nice lady at first. And again, that's kind of how she presents herself. She's not necessarily messy on her own, but she is messy because she knew that Anton was messy. Like, there's not a way that you can look at the content that Anton makes. You really wouldn't see it on his main channels of the Millionaire Morning Show and stuff like that. He typically doesn't talk about those things, but these little like side chat rooms that he has, these room nines. And again, this is his cheek clapping recruiting mechanism, because that's what he does. When you see these booty clapping live streams, I mean, you know, they're entertaining and they basically get, let me just say, a lot of people on there talking, these other creators. And I always tell you, these other creators on Room 9, these guys bring their own audiences, because a lot of those people who are coming on Room 9 and spending their time, they're YouTubers. Now, they may not be the biggest YouTubers that you know about, but they still got audience. And again, I want to give a shout out to No Captivity with Freeze, because No Captivity with Freeze, or Freezy, has like 10,000, subscribers. And you wouldn't think that that's like a mega channel or anything. But to be honest, like if I go live, I'm probably not going to get 1,000 people because I haven't been live a lot. And he has a live audience. They're donating. People are coming on the panels. And a lot of those are women, right? A lot of those women are attractive. Okay. And then even the dudes that come on, they may have a channel of 1,000 or 2,000 people, but Black YouTube, it's a lot of like different people in the Black YouTube space that come on and support. And this is something that dudes got to understand, man. Like, this booty clapping is serious on these streams. And Mikka knew that Anton Daniels was a booty clapping connoisseur. Now, again, I heard about some of the clapping that happened on the Peace Network. And, I stayed out of that because, again, when I heard about it, I was like, okay, that's not uncommon for the space, but it's really not my business. Anton got emboldened by the booty clapping. I know Lapeef was over there clapping, but Anton was over there clapping just as much. And I thought it was interesting. Like, he would be out of town with Lapeef. I heard a few times, they had these little meetups. It was a lot of good looking ladies on there. And I'm like, man, them ladies is not bad looking at all. And it takes a hell of a man, especially when you're a YouTuber. And I'm gonna tell, like, as content creators, we gotta use our power a little bit more better, because once people like get a following, and the women that are coming onto your show, these are women who like watch you. It's different. Like, if you go talk to a chick, let's say, for example, and she don't know me as O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? Let's say that's the case. But it's different if you get an email from a lady who know about you, been watching you for a minute. Oh, she'd be like, oh my God, I love the Dusty News Network. It's my favorite show. I'm like, it is. She'd be like, yeah, okay, I see you, baby. All right, so you kind of know what's up. All right, that's cool. And like I said, that's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody knows you for that and they understand, like, that's totally different. But Anton, he's using this to his advantage, like all the way advantage. That's the issue. And again, you're using this to your advantage, and you're supposed to be married. And then Mikka, that this is what he does, because he's already said he ain't trying to hide it. That's the one thing I will give him credit for. I mean, he's not that smart for that because he contradicts himself, but he's not trying to hide it. You're going out to basketball games without his wife. You letting him buy you bracelets. You letting the man spend money on you. We could say that some of that money may come from the live streams that she's on. So literally that's reinvesting. But it is tricking on a woman that is not your wife. And again, Mikka is saying that this relationship didn't happen, and this relationship absolutely happened. All right? We can't give her the benefit of the doubt anymore. There's just too much evidence that the clapping was going on. He was clapping it up. He was dusting it up. And really, I think that her career is going to be in the biz now. I mean, it wasn't like Mikka was, she's a decent creator, but not a strong creator. Not really strong. And again, to get strong, you need reps in this business, okay? You can't just come on once a week, when you're new. She has like 19,000 followers, but again, a lot of this stuff, that she does, it's not really once a week. It's not strong enough to get to become a creator. And most of it is live stream stuff. She can't really just sit back, talk in front of the camera, break something down. Thumbnails really not that good. It's a lot of growth as a creator she needs to go through, and she's just not going to get it. And she just probably won't do it because she has a lot of stuff going on. I don't really see her career as a good creator coming about. And this is kind of like Anton Daniels' method. She's using like a lot of writing on the thumbnails, a lot of arrows on the thumbnails. That's always bad. And so she's taking his style of doing YouTube, which only works if you have like Anton's offline presence. Like, Anton's titles are terrible. His thumbnails are typically terrible, but he's so controversial. And his commentary is so polarizing, it doesn't matter. And he puts out so much content, it doesn't matter. So, it's just a whole bunch of stuff that looks bad for her career that is not going to work. So guys, really, it's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Got it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Judge. I put you before you do start the bell. We're out.